Hello and welcome to another interesting episode of your program, Infrastructure Weekly. I am your regular anchor, Ajibola Onwuchukwa. In today's episode of the program, we will take you, as it our practice, round project sites all over the country, from rail to power, roads and others. Join us after this break for more details.
Coming together of opportunities, and this is what
infrastructure is the backbone of development, which explains the Buhari government's effort at bridging the facility gap. Infrastructure Weekly is a television package designed to bring you latest information on hundreds of development projects going on in various sectors all over the nation.
There is no state in Nigeria today where you will not see our contractors busy at work.
Power generation, rural electrification, road rehabilitations, national housing scheme, construction of roads and rail lines across the country, you name it.
We are now able to produce 7,000 megawatt of power. That is no longer debatable.
Infrastructure Weekly is Nigerians working together for a better Nigeria. So be better informed to take better informed decisions. Watch Infrastructure Weekly, showing on Channels Television Thursdays 2:30 p.m., NTA Network Wednesdays 5 p.m., and QoTV News Fridays at 8 p.m. Infrastructure Weekly, making development known.
One of the flagship programs of the Muhammadu Buhari-led administration is the Energizing Economies Initiative, which is aimed at providing round-the-clock electricity for business and industrial cluster all over the country. The initiative, which is anchored by the Rural Electrification Agency, has recorded success stories in Sura Market in Lagos, Ariaria Main Market in Aba, Sabongeri Market in Kano, with efforts to extend to other markets and industrial clusters all over the country. Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatude Fashola, while inspecting the Ikmori Market in Lagos, which is one of the sites currently under construction for deployment, said the initiative will continue to provide a platform for the development of small and medium-scale enterprises and also free up power for other uses. He said bigger market providing employment for Nigerians will also come on stream in the coming weeks.
This is Ikmori Market, a shopping complex located in Surulere, Lagos. It attracts customers from all over the country as it serves the exponentially growing wedding and party industry in the country. Businesses in Ikmori Market and mainly souvenir shops, electronic products, tailoring, financial and printing services. The market is being electrified with world-class solar stand-alone systems technology within hubs installed across the market. It also has an on-site state-of-the-art customer service shop with an extensive remote sensing network set up and managed by the private sector developer, Ikmori Market Energy Solutions Limited. Ikmori Market has 450 shops which are currently metered and energized, with the remaining shop expected to be completed later this year. For the Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatude Fashola, Ikmori Market, just like others around the country, deserves reliable electricity because markets like it scattered across the length and breadth of Nigeria drive the nation's economy.
Government of Nigeria in 2005 decided to privatize power. I think you heard about that. They passed a law. Now there was a part of that law that they should initiate a rural electrification plan within 1 year. So that should have happened in 2006. But it didn't happen until 2016 when President Buhari did it. It is that national plan that has reached you in this market.
Provide solutions to ensure the growth of small, medium-scale enterprises who are the real engine of growth and employment in the country, with the capacity to generate millions of employment over time.
These are the ordinary men and women who drive an economy. They are in markets, they are in shopping malls, they are in street corners, they are in small shops. They constitute the base of any economy that I have seen in the world. They are hard-working, ordinary people. So our ease of doing business targets them specifically. First, by understanding that energy is an important component of their business. And as you've heard from some of the shop owners today, they pay sometimes 2,000 naira a day, 1,500 naira a day, 5,000 a week just to supply energy. Now the solution we have brought for them has reduced that cost.
For a part, the Managing Director of Rural Electrification Agency, Damilola Ogunbiyi, Ikponri further underscores the federal government of Nigeria's commitment to the deployment of clean, reliable and affordable energy solutions in our market by providing the enabling environment for targeted economic growth through private sector partnerships. Operators of the scheme under the aegis of the Ikponri Market Energy Solutions Limited expressed commitment to the project while also commending the leadership provided by the minister.
We wanted to do was prove to them that it worked. So we gave them a trial of at least 4 weeks to show them it's working. With the energy saving appliances we installed, the fans we installed, but most importantly a meter for every single customer. So now that they see that it's working, they are happy and they see it's cheaper than what they were using before, and it's easier for them to switch to the solars.
The end users of the project are ecstatic over what they described as a game changer for the businesses.
Here is the power house where we supply power to all the shops that we're powering right now. Advanced state-of-the-art phosphate batteries and consistent backup system, and we communicate directly 24/7 with this system, and we're able to see exactly what is happening at any given point in time.
They also called for the initiative to be extended to other markets across the country.
It's been a wonderful project, and we really want to thank you, sir, for bringing this initiative into for over a year. There was no light in Ikponri. We suffered this for over a year. It has been generator, which is the only alternative to lights. We hear so much fume. Some people died, but with this initiative, we cannot thank you enough.
If you're just joining us, the program is still Infrastructure Weekly. For comments, feedback and inquiries, get in touch with us on Facebook, Infrastructure Weekly, and on Twitter, Infra_Weekly. Join us after this break for more on the program.
Dear lottery operator, you've done a remarkable job so far getting into a business that has been highly criticized for many years. You've done well to uphold your credibility and boost confidence in the business. Kudos to you. This is just to remind you of the rules of the game as prescribed by the National Lottery Regulatory Commission. Gaming is not for persons under 18. Underage gaming is prohibited. Report illegal operators to the Commission, and also always remember the regulatory job of the Commission. Whatever your category, lotteries, sport betting, promos, scratch cards, games, it is the duty of the Commission to protect lottery players and the operators as well as promote transparency and accountability. Licensees are also expected to play their part, which includes remittances to the National Lottery Trust Fund. For more information, please go to natlotterecom.gov.ng. The National Lottery Regulatory Commission. Lottery, the right way.
Thanks so much for staying tuned. We go now to the road sector and a review of activities during year 2018 and a look ahead into the new year.
The federal government of Nigeria under President Muhammadu Buhari has recognized the challenges and opportunities inherent within the nation's road infrastructure sector, thereby successfully issuing 2 euro bonds of about 4.5 billion US dollars, a Sukuk bond, 100 billion naira, a diaspora bond, 300 million US dollars, and the first sovereign climate bond in Africa, raising billions of dollars for infrastructure spending.
We acknowledge that the work is not finished, but as long as we remain able to finance projects, I have no doubt in my mind that it will get better. Our intervention on roads does not stop on interstate roads and highways. It has also entered the universities. As a first phase, we are operating now in 14 federal universities where unattended internal roads are now receiving attention in the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, Federal University Oye Ekiti, University of Benin, Federal University Lafayette, Federal University Utuoke Bayelsa, Bayero University Kano, Federal University of Technology Owerri, University of Maiduguri, Federal University Lokoja, Federal Polytechnic Bauchi, and Federal University Gashua, Kaduna Polytechnic, Federal College of Education Katsina, and the University College Ibadan. This is the first phase under the 2017 budget, and we are preparing to do more under the 2018 budget.
The 2018 procurement is ongoing and will award more. So you should be able to give tremendous credit to this administration for having awarded 121 roads within 3 years, vis-a-vis 144 roads within 17 years by the previous administrations put together.
Then for 2018, as at November 2018, the kilometer of roads constructed is 497 kilometers. The kilometer of roads rehabilitated is 284 kilometers. And the number of personnel employed is 30,402.
The federal government's initiative to fund some road projects with the Sukuk is going a long way to address road infrastructure while also reducing unemployment in the nation at large.
We should stop constructing roads with laterite base because the wearing course is the first to go. But if you put a stone base pavement, rigid pavement under it, what will happen is that when the wearing course goes, just like a shoe heel wears, you can take it off, scarify it, and put a new one. Your road lasts longer. So those are design standards that we have started implementing nationwide, and we intend to continue. As you can see behind me here, anybody who drives through this completed section will tell you that his experience is better. So, and this is what we seek to achieve, make it better than what we met, and the journey experience will improve.
You can see that a lot of people have been employed. We've employed our staff back, more especially skilled workers. I would say local content generally has been employed. When we pay salaries, people also, some small businesses also are affected positively, because our staff are able to go to the market and do local purchases at the same time. Food vendors are also in business.
We have over 400 workers just because of since the inception of this Shukuk. And presently now, we are still employing more daily.
More people, it's only one way that they are following from Kano to Katsina. That is why the federal government expand the road, because they should reduce some accident in the road. Changed my life very well, and it will help all the people of Nigeria, all the travelers that they are traveling, they will help them to save their long journey and save their journey.
In the year 2018, the Buhari administration expressed its determination to rehabilitate roads in the southeastern part of the country. For the southeast, they include Section 1, 2, and 3 of Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway, as well as the rehabilitation of Enugu-Port Harcourt Road, Section 4, and the dualization of Yenegua to Otuoke.
Mr. President has mandated us that development is a commitment to all Nigerians, irrespective of the state of play, irrespective of the political flag that is flying in that state. And that is why we can confidently say here that there is no state in this country where we are not constructing at least one road.
For the southwest, 3 strategic roads are covered in the Sukuk Fund, and they include the Benin-Ofosu, Ore, Ajebandele, Shagamu Dual Carriageway Phase 3 and 4, and the dualization of Ibadan-Ilorin Road, Section 2. While in the northeast zone, the projects being undertaken under the Sukuk arrangement are the Kano-Meduguri Road, Sections 2, 3, 4, and 5. While the projects in the northwest include the Kano-Katsina Road Phase 1 and the construction of Kano Western Bypass and the Kaduna Eastern Bypass.
As you have seen, all the contractors are working. The payments, none of them is complaining of payment because we have paid them all, and activities are ongoing.
Our project here give benefit for 7 communities from beginning to end. And about the supplier, about these people, we have a lot of 300, between 300 and 350 family. And supplier, between the supplier cement, between the supplier iron, between the spare part for our mechanic, diesel, fuel, engine oil, hydraulic, everything.
I'm very grateful to see these gentlemen that are looking our road that federal government have given to us. We thank for them. We thank for the federal government.
The North Central Zone is also benefiting from the Sukuk Fund with the construction of Loko Oweto Bridge, dualization of Abuja-Lokoja Road Sections 1 and 4, the dualization of Suleja Mina Road Phase 2, and the dualization of Lokoja Benin Road Section 1.
Work continues here. If you hear people tell you that the country is divided, tell them they divided it. If they had built these roads, there will have been unity. This road is uniting 2 traditional rulers, yes, the Agatu and the Meloko. It is uniting farmers. So infrastructure is the basis for national unity. It brings people together, it brings prosperity, it is the foundation for jobs, it is the foundation for agri, it is the foundation for industries. And this is what President Buhari is committed to.
And as the farmers can see, when this bridge is finished, you will see lorries from Abuja, from Kano, from Enugu, Port Harcourt, from Aba, from Ebonyi, coming here to load beans, to load rice, to load yams, and to load guinea corn. Now, this bridge is being put in place and completed by President Muhammadu Buhari. He promised you that he was going to improve your lives. Once the road and the bridge are finished, many of you will become millionaires in this village. Some of you will find that you are richer than the people in Abuja because they will be coming here to buy food.
Among major road projects flagged off in the year under review were the Abuja-Kaduna-Zaria-Kano Expressway and the Abuja-Kefi-Lafia-Makurdi Expressway.
One of the objectives of the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan, which the President launched in 2016, a fulfillment of the economic promise of his campaign, was to make Nigeria a globally competitive country. And one of the critical action points of that plan was to renew, to improve, and to increase the stock of infrastructure, particularly our road transport infrastructure. In doing so, the objective was to reduce the cost and the time of doing business.
I believe this project is going to be completed within a short period of time because the projects have been decided to be split into 3 stages, which means all the 3 sections will be started at the same time. Nigeria.
In the last couple of months, there were very deep discussions with our employer, Federal Ministry of Works, technical discussions, logistics discussions, financial discussions, and everything is set up now, and we are prepared to move now very quickly. Even the rainy season will not stop us.
We are on ground to flag off. The contractors are fully mobilized, and it will interest you to know that by the time this project is flagged off today, and you come back here in 2-3 days, you will see about 3 batches working on all sectors, between Kano and Zaria, between Zaria and Kaduna, and between Kaduna and Abuja. They will be working in 3 batches simultaneously.
What is going to happen here from Abuja, Akwanga, Kefi, and all the way to Makurdi is jobs. Let me tell you some of the jobs. Mining, laterite, stone, granite, supply of sand, transporting them, cement, iron rod, labor, engineering work.
Particularly when we look at the project and the benefits it gives to the people within the corridor of the federal capital and national state, where there will be the expansion of the dualized road from 6 lanes to 10 lanes. That will go a long way in putting a lot of relief to commuters and people living within the vicinity.
We are part of the success of this project and success of the administration. I want to appreciate the effort of Mr. President and then the effort of the Honorable Minister, who is a lawyer but turned back to be an engineer now, and all the staff of the ministry, from the farmstead down to all the staff of the ministry, for the effort they did in making this project a reality.
This is the road that covers most states. About 16 states come in and out of Abuja through this route. And I think it's a very, very great development at this time that the federal government would flag off this road, expansion and dualization.
As one of the users of the road, I'm very happy that today a new dawn has started. The dualization will certainly improve the quality of travel in this part of the country. We are very, very pleased with the President for what he has done, and may he continue to rule this country, and may he continue to provide infrastructure.
In 2018, this administration moved beyond the foundation to prepare a 2019 that will be Nigeria's year of infrastructure, as a number of important infrastructure projects in the road sector will reach a significant completion stage. For Lawrence Adegoke, Court TV News, Abuja.
For comments, requests, and inquiries, get in touch with us on any of the social media handles showing on your screen. And you can join us after this break for a look at the rail sector as we hit the home stretch. The disappearance of the rail service, according to most economists, is partly responsible for the economic stagnation of Nigeria due to its ability to not only employ thousands of people but also reduce the cost of haulage and help businesses grow. The Buhari administration has in the last 3 years been on a relentless drive to redevelop the nation's rail line and reduce pressure on roads and also aid national economic development. Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi, while inspecting the Lagos-Ibadan rail line in preparation for use by President Buhari and Vice President Osinbajo, said the federal government remains committed to the projects.
The federal government is continued with what it described as aggressive monitoring of the Lagos-Ibadan rail project and ensure its completion. According to the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, the monitoring and inspection is aggressive to ensure that government delivers on its promise to Nigerians. He added that this is why, despite being the Director General of the re-election campaign of President Muhammadu Buhari, he has taken time off constantly to ensure that progress is sustained.
Nigerians don't want to know how you achieved the rail to Abeokuta. What they want to know is that they enter a train and they come to Abeokuta. So you cannot say because they've done Kajola Bridge, they've done even these 2 bridges, there's a huge improvement up to here. You know, they are now at channels or DK77. And where we're standing is DK79. And they have said that in the next 1 to 2 weeks they should get to this point and try to get to the tunnel and a bit to cross over the tunnel. But then I also want them to get the same speed in the construction from Abado to Iju. We agree that there are human factors, people trying to use our right of way as their road, and all that. But then they can always overcome that. The contract is 3 years, and they are still doing 1 year plus. I want it done before the 3 years.
The minister also urged workers to ensure that they deliver a world-class project for Nigerians, first as Nigerians and as engineers and craftsmen.
Because you can argue that the narrow gauge is there, but it's not efficient. The moment you fix this, then those goods will be transferred to the rail, and then the logjam will disappear. So you see, this is the pressure now. The pressure is more economic than political or than people-based. Is that, listen, gentlemen, we need to push this work. Let's get, once they finish Iju, the next pressure I put on them is to go from Iju to the seaport. The moment they can do, and they're working already, the moment they can do from Iju to the seaport, then most of those goods will be on, especially the ones going to Ibadan, will be on the. First, it takes you 30 minutes from Lagos to this place, as against 1 hour plus if you were on the road. So big men, poor men would like to go on the train and come here. And then you pick a taxi from just wherever you're going to and come back here, save your fuel, and it's subsidized. And the next, once we start, it will be free for some time. And business will grow. Employment will come.
That's it on this week's edition of the program. Join us for another interesting episode of the program next week. Until then, continue to protect all public utilities and support the infrastructure and develop agenda of the Buhari administration by paying your tax. Thanks so much for watching. I am Ajibola Omuchekwa. Bye for now.
We are going to work to ensure that the fact that